Implementation of BR1M not politically motivated. Opposition leaders hypocritical on Malaysia-China relations. Good evening, I'm Cynthia Arthur. You're watching News on 2. The implementation of the One Malaysia People's Aid BR1M was not politically motivated, but an assistance aimed at helping a certain target group to cope with the rising cost of living. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak said BR1M was not his or any other politician's suggestion, but the brainchild of Bank Negara, which has no political interest. Speaking at the launch of the latest national-level BR1M at the Sultan Ahmad Shah Convention Hall in Pekan Pahang today, Datuk Seri Najib said BR1M also helped to boost the domestic economy when recipients purchase groceries and other items.
Idea nak buat BRIM ni bukan dari saya, bukan dari mana-mana orang politik, tetapi dari Bank Negara Malaysia yang tak ada soal kepatrian politik sama sekali, tetapi Bank Negara Malaysia mencadangkan bahawa kaedah subsidi bersasar ni adalah lebih baik daripada subsidi pukal. Sebab subsidi pukal dia banyak ketirisannya.
The Prime Minister, who is also the Finance Minister, said BR1M, which has been increased to 1,200 ringgit, proved that the Barisan National Government has kept its promises made during the 13th general election. Later at another event, Datuk Seri Najib announced an allocation of 564 million ringgit for Phase 2 of the Bandar Pekan Flood Mitigation Project to address the flood problem, which has been plaguing residents there since the 1920s. In his speech at the groundbreaking ceremony for the project in Pekan, the Premier said the project, implemented since end of 2014, would benefit more than 83,000 people in an area covering 6,200 hectares and complement Phase 1 of the project, which have been implemented at a cost of 221 million ringgit. Implementation of Phase 2 of the project involves 3 parcels, with work on the first parcel having started in 2014 and set to be completed in May this year. It involves the royal town of Pekan in an area covering 2,600 hectares. Work on Parcel 2 started in July last year and expected to be ready in May 2020 at a cost of 108.6 million ringgit, covering an area of 1,500 hectares, while Parcel 3 covers 2,100 hectares to protect the agriculture areas Sungai Miang and Durian Sebatang against flood. MCA President Datuk Seri Tom Lee has expressed confidence that the Chinese votes would return to MCA in the upcoming general election, as DAP has failed to bring about significant changes to the Chinese community, especially in the Federal Territory of Kuala Lumpur. He also urged the Chinese community to be mindful of their responsibilities to the national development agenda and continue to support the party.
Dia tak dapat memberi apa sumbangan kepada rakyat di Kuala Lumpur di sini. Dan saya mengajak, tadi ucapan saya, mengajak orang Cina di sini memberi sokongan kepada MCA agar kita dalam kerajaan dapat menggunakan sumber-sumber kerajaan untuk bantu mereka balik, untuk menjayakan agenda transformasi Kuala Lumpur menjadi Greater Kuala Lumpur dan kita bangunkan ekonomi dan negara kita bersama.
Datuk Seri Liao said this when met by reporters at the Chinese New Year Open House organised by Wilayah Persekutuan MCA and the Bandar Tun Razak MCA Division in Kuala Lumpur today. International Trade and Industry Minister Datuk Seri Mustafa Mohammed has hit out at opposition leaders for being hypocritical on the issue involving relations between Malaysia and China. He said the allegations by some opposition leaders in trying to incite the people's anger and hatred by saying the government was selling the country's sovereignty to China through the strategic relations was not true. Datuk Sri Mustafa said the opposition's allegation that Malaysia was selling its sovereignty to China was baseless because Malaysia had various institutions that protected the country's interests.
Jadi ekonomi China merupakan ekonomi kedua terbesar. Jadi apabila ekonomi itu besar, tidak mengherankan pelaburannya di seluruh dunia lah meningkat, dan kita yakin, kita jangka bahawa pelaburan kalau hari ini China menduduki tangga ke-10 dari segi pelaburan akan meningkat di masa akan datang. Tapi ini tidak akan menggugatkan negara kita, ya, ataupun kedaulatan negara kita. Tidak tergugat, kita sebuah negara merdeka.
He spoke after witnessing the signing of a memorandum of understanding between CIDB, MY-IBS Sdn Berhad, CIDB, and the Kelantan Housing Contractors Association, PKPK, in Kota Baru today. Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak yesterday stressed that the government would not allow any attempts to undermine Malaysia and China's strong bilateral ties, and that the opposition was merely to instill hatred towards Barisan Nasional Government. Studies find that a whopping 92.5% of Malaysian children and teenagers between the age of 13 to 17 are hardcore internet users. Deputy Communications and Multimedia Minister Datuk Seri Jailani Johari advised parents to play a bigger role in monitoring their children's movements and activities, especially at home. According to Datuk Seri Jailani, studies showed that 45% of children aged 7 to 9 are already adept at using the internet, with 78.8% of them found to have developed a serious addiction to the internet. To counter this, he said the Communications and Multimedia Ministry conducts regular awareness, monitoring and enforcement programs to prevent the young demographic from committing cyber offences. Datuk Seri Jailani said this after officiating an appreciation ceremony at Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Ajil in Terengganu. The Malaysian Border Security Agency, Aksum of Kuda, has successfully busted a syndicate smuggling local cockle seeds to neighbouring countries. During the raid, 67 guni sacks of cockle seeds worth 97,000 ringgit were found in 3 cars at 3 separate locations late yesterday. According to Kuda Aksum Commander Abdul Latif Abdul Rahman, a 31-year-old driver was detained at kilometre 1.4 of the North-South Highway at about 5 p.m. Upon inspection, they found 26 guni sacks of cockle seeds. 15 minutes later, at kilometre 35 of the same highway, they stopped another car and arrested the driver, aged 26. His car was found to be carrying 20 guni sacks of cockle seeds. Another 15 minutes later, Aksum detained another driver, aged 22, who was transporting 21 guni sacks of cockle seeds at Jalan Padang 1, Bukit Kayu Hitam.
Kita memang faham setiap tahun inilah waktu-waktu yang akan digunakan oleh pihak-pihak tertentu untuk menyeludup khazanah negara ini.
The case is being investigated under Article 3, Subsection 1 of the Fisheries, Cockles, Conservation and Culture Regulations 2002. All seized items, including the 3 cars, were handed over to the Department of Fisheries. The body of International Islamic University student Mohammed Faisal Yusri, who drowned while he was swimming at Lata Hammer Waterfall in Bentong, Pahang, was found at 9:25 a.m. today. Bentong District Deputy Police Chief DSP Zainuddin Abdul Hamid, who confirmed the matter, said the 23-year-old's body was found submerged in 15 feet of water, 5 meters from where he was reported to have fallen. DSP Zainuddin, who led the search mission, added that Mohammed Faisal's body was found by the Fire and Rescue Department's water rescue team.
Pada jam 9.25, mangsa telah berjaya ditemui di dalam air yang sedalam 4.7 meter. Mayat mangsa telah dinaikkan ke atas dan seterusnya dibawa keluar.
The body was sent to Bentong Hospital for post-mortem. Mohammed Faisal was reported missing at 11:50 a.m. yesterday after he and 4 friends were caught by strong currents while swimming in the area. A woman motorcyclist was killed in an accident involving 3 vehicles at Kilometer 4 Jalan War Labis, Segamat earlier today. The victim, Rosni Abu, aged 48, died at the scene due to severe injuries. Segamat District Police Chief Superintendent Raup Salamat said during the incident, a car tried to overtake the victim but lost control after being grazed by a truck from the opposite direction. As a result, the car hit the victim's motorcycle before skidding to the left side of the road. The other victims injured during the accident are currently being treated at Segamat Hospital. The 61-year-old driver of the car was detained to facilitate the investigation. The case is being investigated under Section 41, Subsection 1 of the Road Transport Act 1987. That concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, implementation of BR1M was not politically motivated. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon for more updates. Till then, I'm Cynthia Arthur and thank you for watching.